How we doing? Ooh, floppy head. Ooh, floppy. How's everyone doing? Now, what audio are we on today? Have we got delay or no delay today? Who knows? Right, okay. Okay, we've got Aaron in. Off for some Oblivion. And Ricardo. Graham's in, Mr. Video Monkey, and Sharpie Steve. See, I think I've got these names coming on now. Chris, Tom and Susie, or Tom or Susie. Joe's in. Aston, exhausted. What have you been up to, Aston? Oh, Chris might not be around. It's a shame, Chris. Bob's in. Hi, Bob. Pub lunch consumed. Oh, you're going to be tired this afternoon, Bob. Pub lunch always wipes me clean out, mate. Clean out. Aaron's not feeling too well today. Hopefully get well soon, Aaron. What else have we got in? Tim's in. Hi, Tim. Ooh, sniffles. Simon, how you doing, Simon? Just made it in. Good to see you, mate. Nick's in. Mick Mac. Welcome in, Mick Mac. Baz is in. Hi, Baz. Dids. Oh, June jumps again. Lack of sleep, Nick. Yeah, no about that. I didn't get in till late last night. Sync is fine today. Ideal. Good enough, Sharpie. Not great, but good enough. Ken's in. Benji's in. I can. JP Jetta. JP8 Jetta. 2 SMD resistors gone high, Nick. Whoa. Normally with DAB radios, this is a damn DAB module, isn't it? But well done spotting that, mate. Well, we're going to have a look over Chris's lovely little Zenith Royal 500 Deluxe, actually. Not a normal, a deluxe. Perfect is the enemy of the good. Fine lip syncing job. Yeah, SMD resistor's gone high. What, very high, Nick, or just slightly high? Normally, they only go a bit weird if they're stressed, don't they? Seen too much current, maybe, or too much voltage. Perhaps someone's used the wrong power supply on it. What DAB radio is it anyway, Nick? Anything in particular? Anything we need to know about? I've got Rockin' Rudolph on today, look. Together with Mr. Racing Demons badge. Rockin'. Oh no, Rudolph rocks, not Rockin' Rudolph. How about that? Yeah. It looks more like the Grinch. Tom and Susie both there from the camper. Icicles on the windows. Susie's cooking soup. Nice, Tom. Rob's in, just home in time. Welcome in, Rob. Let's go over and have a look at Penguin Cam a minute, because the whole gang's in again today. Yeah, will do, Chris. Maybe catch up with you later, mate, and enjoy the playback. Christoph's in. Hi, Christoph. Right, Penguin, come on down. Here he is with the gang. Cool, they're eyeballing me today, aren't they? Look, what's the matter with them? Christ, they're really looking aggressive. They're looking aggressive. Penguin's casual, but look at Pongo and Percy. They're not. They don't look. Well, Percy's smiling, but yeah, they don't be anywhere near that. They don't be anywhere near that number 16. Look. We're going in though. I'm gonna get it. You're not gonna stop me. One day one of them will jump and frighten the life out of me, I expect. We have got something in number 16. Oh, we got another Mrs. Cruncher special, I think. What have we got now? English Special Ale. I'll tell you what, Mrs. Cruncher's done a cracking job this year, look. Oh, strong. So strong. This is another one of these Sainsbury's Taste the Difference ones. Wow, I think we're gonna have to give a big thumbs up to Sainsbury's for their beer choices this year, because this is a cracker. Never had this, but it looks really nice. Let's go in. Let's go in deep. Cheers, Penguin. Pongo, Percy. Behave. I'm watching you. Brian, how you doing, mate? You're here for lesson registration and working FT8. I've not worked FT8, Brian. I did a load of PSK, and my favourite was RTTY. I used to love messing with that. I just don't know, there's something about it. It seemed more, what's the word? It seemed more analog, if you know what I mean. Mrs. C? Mrs. Cruncher's in, is she? Is Mrs. Cruncher in? I can't see Mrs. Cruncher. Am I blind? Did she pop in unannounced? Catch me unaware? One's gone open circuit, one's gone... Whoa! Thank you, Rob. Towards. Bob is seeing things. He must be. Bob, can I have some? Whatever it is. Oh, he's complimenting Mrs. C for... With you, Bob. Yeah. She's done a cracking job. Look at this. Another Sainsbury's Taste the Difference. 7%. English Sovereign and Endeavour hops. Malty and toasted. Again, Blandford Forum. Or Blandford in Dorset. Certainly they've come up trumps this year, haven't they? Extra special ale brewed using only the finest ingredients. Crystal and chocolate malts. For a toasted biscuit taste. Best served lightly chilled. Wow. A lot of these beers are saying about chilling now, I don't know. Perfect with pub style foods such as sausage and mash. Such as sausage and mash, fish and chips, and steak pie. How about that for food recommendations? That's classic, isn't it? Sausage and mash, fish and chips, and steak pie. The classic English foods. And there's a picture of a bulldog with a hat on, a bowler hat. Well, you know, I'm happier with that than... Remember, what did we have the other day? We had a bear. We had a bear with some hikers sat down around a fire, didn't we, the other day? I don't know what that was all about. But yeah, cracking. They got some nice beers in Sainsbury's this year. So, you know, I'm not affiliated to Sainsbury's, but come on down. Are you posting in case she was lurking just now, Bob, because she knew I'd gone live. Split pea with tomatoes, nice. You picked up a spiced porter for Christmas Eve. Nice. Mrs. C is very wise. Very wise, Baz. You're there to keep an eye on Bob. Yeah, you watch out for him, Joe. 8 to 10 degrees, you reckon, Steve, do you? Bangers and mash. Wow, we sort of do, yeah. Oh, Derek Cooper, how are you, mate? How are you? Right, okay. Let's crack her open. Can anybody remember what the story was with the Zenith then? We did fire it up, I think, didn't we? Wasn't it working and we just needed a bit of a recap? Had someone done something to it? I think it's certainly been worked on, hasn't it? Cheers, everybody. Hi, Ricardo, how are you, mate? That is a bit different, actually, that. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, okay, Rob. Still full of this lurgy, though. I've been coughing me guts up and coughing and spluttering in work. They love it. They love it. At least I'm there, you know. I am there, just about. Day drinking, got to do it, Graham. I mean, to be fair, the pubs are open at 11. I'm late, really. No leaky. Yeah, that was a bit of a mess. That was a bit of a mess. I'm still not 100% sure, but Anthony dropped me a message, and he suggested a bit of PCB in there. I think that would be a good option. Let's have a look at this then. Quite looking forward to this. This is a nice little radio, this. It's been in the wars a bit. It's had a lot of glue in. There's a lot of sort of bits of cracked case and that. And one thing, can you, it doesn't quite show up on that cam, but you can see there's some like writing on the back, can't you? Well, there used to be writing. It's been cleaned to within an inch of its life, I think, but you can just about see the Zenith logo there, and there's some other writing underneath. I'm trying to catch the light right on it so you can see it really, but it's difficult. It's not going to show up, I don't think. You might see it because we are in HD, but yeah, you can sort of see it there. Look, can you see that writing? You can't see that with the naked eye. You can only see it under certain light. And it says Zenith Royal 500 in apostrophes, deluxe, tubeless, all transistor, unbreakable nylon. And as you can see, it's broken up through here. It's broken up here. It's broken here. It's broken down here. It's sort of hanging apart here as well. So it's not really unbreakable, is it? It's not really unbreakable, but you know, I don't know. I don't think we did try this, did we? I don't think we did. Maybe we left it because, yeah, I would have had to put 4 batteries in to test it. And maybe we did. I can't remember. But luckily the battery terminals are okay. Let's pop this screw out here. Now, I have found some information on this, some really good information actually, from the Radio Museum. The Museum of the Radio. So it's the 500D for deluxe. You can see the writing on here a bit better. Look. You can sort of see it a bit better on there. But yeah, shame that writing's gone really, but you know. 1958, 1959 are transistors, superhet. 100 milliwatts output. Plastics, no bakelite or Catalin. Very small portable. Yeah, they did cram these in. It was $75, look, in 1958. So anyone want to do the maths on that? $75 in 1958. And maybe a translation to British pounds. Conversion even. What have we got here then? Documents regarding this model. What's this then? Oh, okay. It had an entry by the looks of it in the Antique Radio .it, Italy. I haven't seen this. Ah. Oh wow. Long distance, look. Oh, long distance. Happy days. And this one is slightly different than that. This is this version, or this version, and it says long distance underneath here on this one. It's got Italian. Any Italians in the house? Is the original advert for it? Look, that's nice to have. So this must have been a write-up in an Italian radio magazine. Performs where others fail. Ah, we got it here. Plays in trains, planes, boats and automobiles. Well, there you are. Wow. You'd never guess that it would play in any of those. 7 transistors, not just 4 or 5. Actually 7. 400 hours battery life. Small enough for pocket or purse. Powerful enough for all outdoors. 7 transistors give it far greater tone, volume and sensitivity. It pulls in more stations than other radios of equivalent size. Nice, isn't it? It'd be great to have that original advert, wouldn't it? It's good that they've reproduced it there, actually. There's a picture of the inside. That does look like the battery tray. We haven't opened the rest of it up yet. Most often needed servicing information. Something up there. I don't know. I mean, we could possibly... Don't think it'll let me translate that, will it? Probably would. Let me translate it. Translate section. Oh yeah. It says Zenith used transistors from 4 different manufacturers: Sylvania, Raytheon, Texas Instruments and RCA. So in chassis with a final letter Z1, Texas Instruments were used. Those with just Z was Raytheon. Wow. That's interesting, isn't it? Transistors. What's that? The chassis without the final Z, the Sylvania we use. That's interesting information, isn't it? Wow. What else has this got to say then? Well, that's the different transistors, look. I'll tell you what, that's a cracking little article, that, isn't it? That's worth translating and printing out there. Oh, that's worth printing out, isn't it? So... bit of history there. Anyway, what else we got? So we've got a service manual, which is good news. A supplementary service manual. Chassis 8AT40. I don't know what the chassis is on this one yet. We will do in a minute though. It tells us the different transistors used, look. Together with a very nice schematic. Decent scan, that. What else have we got? Alignment procedure. Again, we're not going to have time to do an alignment today, but I think it might be worth having a go with this because it's going to be fairly straightforward alignment on one of these. Don't need any complex equipment to do that. Again, another schematic. This is the slightly different chassis, is it? I'm not sure. More alignment procedures. Again, some different Different chassis, slightly different, are they? Just trying to see if there's anything. Yeah, slightly different there and there. Same. Yeah, first and second IF are different in these two chassis. I didn't realise there was different versions of it. And this is another chassis. $455 IF. Printed circuit servicing. Good pair of long nose pliers, sharp wire cutters, small stiff glue brush for solder remover. A stiff glue brush to remove solder. Pencil type soldering iron. Use only Eutectic solder 6337. Extremely low melting point. Eutectic. Wow. Frequency range 540 to 1600 kilocycles. Yeah, interesting. Parts, and the all-important bit, removal from the chassis. So we've got to take that stud out and 2 screws in the battery compartment, and that'll get it out the chassis by the looks of it. Wow, how about that? That's nice, isn't it? So $75 in 1958 is equivalent in purchasing power to 2,239 quid. Flipping heck. Let's just catch up. Tubeless, yeah. Claim the warranty. Rayathon germaniums, Tom. Miniaturized valves. Yeah, you can get the miniaturized valves. I'm trying to think what I've got them in. I've actually got a fairly new bit of valve gear with miniaturized valves, and that's a headphone amplifier that my brother let me have. Tiny Tim. Have we found a new nickname for Tim, have we, Joe? Tiny Tim. It wasn't really Tim. The main uke. Oh god, dear. Google AI reckons around 800, Joe. Derek even. Bit of snow, Mercury batteries, yeah. AI lied. Right, Rob. Bill's in. How you doing, Bill? 500s are drop dead simple to restore. Chances are you replace the electrolytics and it'll play. That's the plan, really, Bill. As long as the transistors are okay, we should be good. Let's get the back off her and see if she sings then. I'll be very careful with this because it has got some damage on it. Doesn't like that screwdriver. It was Japanese, isn't it? Wonder if it prefers the Japanese screwdriver. It does prefer the Japanese #1. These vessel screwdrivers are in my list, but I believe I'm not sure if it was Joe or Bob or somebody, I think it might have been Bob, messaged me and said that the link doesn't work because they're out of stock. Yeah, I think that's best left alone, that damage. It has been super glued back together, but it tells you here how to take it out of the chassis. That's where they got that picture from. That's me thinking it was a fantastic thing that they put in the in the manual. What have we got then? Let's get in. Let's get the overhead camera in. Let's go in deep. Let's go in deep. Let's get the English Special Ale out of the way. Thank you again, Mrs. Cruncher, for that. Very nice. Let's zoom out a little bit. Let's go overhead cam. You get rid of me then. Well, that doesn't look like any of those transistors that we saw in those pictures. Let's come out a bit. We've got it all in one shot there, look. The fence fund. the fence is going up by the day. It's cost me more again today. I had to buy more timber. And I've got to buy some more tomorrow, I think. Okay, what have we got in here then? So let me see. We have got some things that don't look original. That looks modern. That cap is modern and been changed. I thought hello. What on earth? Can you see that? What? What is that? That looks to me like an AF117. Now, why on earth would that be in there? I have not opened this, I promise you. How strange. So it looks like that one has been done. That's a 0.1 of 50 volts DC, and that is a Nichicon. Potentially we've got nothing to do here. I can see my positive and my negative, although we seem to have, hang on, no, that's positive as well, and that's positive. Oh, I'm not sure how we're going to power this up then. I have to be careful with this because I don't want to stick it up it the wrong way. So these are, so install Penlight batteries this way, install Mercury batteries this way. So I mean that would mean, it depends how it's wired underneath this really, isn't it? Because we seem to have 1, 2, 3, 4 wires all attached to what could be, what is the positives. So why have we got 4 positive wires on here? I take it these are wired underneath. Yeah, potentially there's nothing to do on this unless it's not working, and then if the capacitors have been done, then it's highly likely it's going to be a transistor. But then these are quite shiny, so I wonder if these, let's have a look at this. This is bizarre. No pun intended, Baz. We have what looks like an AF117. Has someone planted that? Has Chris planted that there to see if I notice? Or is this one of the ones that came out? Maybe this is one of the original ones and they've, yeah, it's not an AF117. Look at that. That is a Z. Now what did they say Z was? What manufacturer did they say Z was? It looks like a 121 78. It looks like a, is it Z2748L? Ah, okay. The plot thickens because we've got a socket here as well. What is going on with this radio, people? Is this some sort of like, get a bit of light on there? But yeah, it's socketed, but why is it not in the socket? Why is that not in there? Because it literally was sat up like that. Whoa. Folk, how are you, mate? That is a bit of a mystery, isn't it? That is a bit of a mystery. And I mean, to be fair, it looks like these are socketed as well. Look. You know, there's a plastic base on that. Oh, Yellow Cuppa's original, Bill, is it really? I mean, this may have been taken out because it's faulty and they couldn't replace it. I mean, potentially we could stick an AF117 or something like that in there. Put the transistor back in its socket. But Bill, why would it be sat in the radio like that? That's intentionally being taken out, isn't it? You know, because there's no way that that would jump out in transit, turn itself around and pop itself back down again. There's just not enough room. It would end up down here, or, you know, how strange. Russians used to do that on their radios. Okay, this is interesting now. This is very interesting. So, have we perhaps got shorts on this? Let's have a look. Is this why it's out? Can we zap a Jap? Can we zap a Jap, people? Zap a Jap sounds like a TV show, doesn't it? Zap a Jap. No disrespect to our Japanese followers, by the way. So let's assume that the second pin in is ground, as in, well, connected to the can. Which it is, okay. So that means that there should be no connection between the can and any of these. Nothing on that one. Nothing on that one. And nothing on that one. So there's no shorts on it. We're going to do a little bit of investigation before we stick this back in the hole. I mean, it might have been taken out to preserve it. Well, what do you think? What would be the reasons for taking that out, do you think? Let's see if I can find my transistor tester a second. Steady. Where's that gone to? Where's my transistor tester gone? Where has it gone? This is annoying. I don't know where my transistor tester's gone. It must have fallen down here somewhere. Yes, there it is. I got it. Oh. Okay. Got there in the end. No shorts then, which is good. But is it a transistor? Let's have a look. It is. It is a transistor. Looks like my battery's about to go. It's not a massive amount of leakage either, look. But yeah, either my display's going or my battery's about to go, one of the two. So that should work. Oh, hang on. The lead's come off. What's going on there? Test that again. Yeah, it's good. It's a good transistor. Strange. All socketed. Yeah, I don't know, Sharpie, but that, you know, could be why it's not working. It's easier said than done putting that in the socket, I think. Yes, because you can't physically see it. Let's get that down, let's get my eyes on. Okay, this is easier said than done, trying to get this in the socket. Just put it back in the socket. Be fine. Is that in the socket? Or have we bent the wires up? I don't know. Can we see from there? Okay, looks like I'm in the socket. That transistor is showing good though. Bill reckons that's the original cap there. That's definitely a Nichicon capacitor though, and I don't know that they were making those back in the day. Why have we got so many different wires? So we've got sort of 1.5 volts, 1.5, 1.5 and 1.5. I don't know. I don't know. Let's get it out the chassis and have a look at the other side of it a minute. So we've got this one here to undo apparently. Welcome back, Rob. That was quick. You're excited to see what's going to happen with this radio, aren't you? Or they only had a sandwich for you? It's like taking a museum piece apart now. Have we got to take those knobs off? Yeah, looks like we do have to. Doesn't say that in the thing though, does it? Doesn't say you have to poppy off either knobs. Ooh, this is dodgy. This is very dodgy. If we can work it off using the radio to pry them off. What's that there then? Bit of wax from somewhere. What I don't want to do, this has got to be very brittle, surely. I can sort of see the base of the knob there, but it ain't moving easily. Maybe we're just going to have to try and hook this up, but I'm just trying to work out how they've done the power supply on this. Let me have a quick look at the schematic again, just see what they've done to the power supply. Bill probably knows. Gavin, how are you, mate? You've been signed off sick. Good to hear, Gavin. Hopefully you're on the. That plastic isn't brittle. Knobbage can be a pain. Gavin reckons that's just going to be easy to get off, not brittle at all. It feels brittle to me, Gavin. If I put too much pressure on the side of that, it's definitely gonna come unstuck or break the radio. So I'm putting pressure on that, trying to move it, but it's not going. It's got a spring clip on it by the looks of it. What about the volume pot? That same situation there? Yeah, not looking good. Oh, you were joking? Right. Flipping heck. You gave me extra confidence then, Gavin. I nearly went for it. Is that metal? Is that metal, that? I don't know that it's metallized plastic. Definitely lower temperature. I mean, it might be that that's metal, in which case we can give it a bit more stick. Now, They're not budging. They are not budging. They're on spring clips and they look like they're pretty well on there. Oh, maybe that one did move a bit. I've just pushed it back on, so maybe we were on the right track. Your computer's running great. Well done, Rob. Right. Can we use the cloth method? Or have we not got enough room? I don't think we haven't got enough room for a cloth. Oh. I'm just using a plastic tool to try and make it move really, but yeah, it's not really moving. That one I can definitely get. I can get a tool in. I can get a little screwdriver in there. It looks like it's a D shaft. Slightly bigger screwdriver. One off. This one is a different story. This one just is not budging. Hang on, I can see the D now. Let's see if I can do the same. Just get the screwdriver in and just prise it. Yes. Oh, that's scary stuff there, you know. That is scary stuff right there, that is. Oh, that one's got a separate back plate anyway. Interesting. Whew. Wow, that was scary. Read the manual. What does the manual say? What does the manual say, Baz? Now you tell me. Right, interesting. Okay, let's get the overhead camera situation involved again. There's scary stuff, and I'll take one for the team there again, Jola. What can we see in here then? We can see another nice new Nichicon in underneath here. Someone's done a neat job on this actually. Speakers intact. There's another little capacitor lurking underneath that one, look. Yeah, someone's done a nice job on that. Very nice tuning cap. I've got a funny feeling this is just going to work, you know. But I'm still trying to work out how the hell to power it up. It's not straightforward as just sticking your live and positive and negative on this thing, because there's power wires going everywhere. So it looks like different parts of the radio are powered by different circuits. You can see here, this is our negative battery terminals. So you think they'd be connected, but they don't seem to be. They seem to be going off separately. And the same over here. Yeah. Is that a new diode or the original one? I don't know. But this is our other Nichicon. Just focus that on it. You can see it says Nichicon there. Bill reckons that cap's original. I'm not so sure. It looks like it has been changed, that one. It's clearly got a power switch built into it. So that's switching a live from, well, no, that's negative. Is this positive ground maybe? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it is soldered, it's just not all the way round. Joe. Ah, so Joe's just confirmed what I've said, PMP, so ground. Pouring the rest of the English special ale into the glass, or the tankard even. Yeah, very nice. Someone's done a nice job on that. I'm certainly not going to disturb it unless it's absolutely necessary, but I don't think it will be. I just still am a bit head scratchy as to why that is that transistor was turned upside down. I don't know. There is no tapping of the battery pack. Getting confused by the batteries orientate the same, so you need to wire top to bottom of your adjacent cell. Ah, with you, Baz. Yeah, of course. So it's going from there to there to there. We're going to have to be very careful with this because I do not want to kill this. Let's have a quick look at these battery terminals and see what's connected to what. Can I just chuck my 6 volts across this. So that one should be connected to that one, which it is, but not that one. Yeah. That one to that one, or that one to that one. Yeah, that one connected to that one. So positive to negative. No, it's going that way. So it looks like it's switching the negative. It's switching the negative. But I'm not sure where to put the positive wire on. I'm not sure where to put the positive wire on. The switch on the volume control is negative, Derek. Thank you for the Christmas. Let's have a look at the schematic again. Yeah, so that transistor, by the looks of it, was the RF transistor. Well, saying that, it doesn't say, does it? Oh, that's the first IF transformer, okay. RF mixer, oscillator, first IF, second IF, driver and outputs. So it sort of goes sort of like that, down into here, then up through into the AF section, and then that's the outputs up there. Okay. They were slightly out of their sockets as well. I do like socketing them, but the trouble is it does make them a little bit unreliable if you get a bit of corrosion on it. So can we see our power rail? Where are we? Where are we? So looks like our ground is positive. So I need to connect to the chassis. And then to the volume switch. So I need to connect my positive to the chassis and the negative to the volume switch. The switch on the on-off control, don't I? And it is 6 volts. So if we look at that, so we've got a, if we connect to the positive side of C18, if we can find where C18 is. We've got any layout here? Any layout diagrams? I don't think we have we? No. But then the positive of the battery terminals, they're all linked together according to that. I don't see it though. They're not linked. That's negative there. Okay, yeah, I can see where I can connect to. Right. Okay, let's get this going. Actually, over a camera might be better. So in underneath there is the positive for this capacitor connected to what is normally the ground rail. So I need to connect my positive to there, and I can connect my negative to the to the power rail, can't I? Derek Taffman, afternoon Derek. Yeah, Baz is just saying the positive of one of the electrolytics. Yeah, bung some batteries in and measure the voltage. Could do. I don't want to try it with batteries, not the power supply, if you know what I mean, Derek. Right. 6 volts. Once we verify it's okay, we can try it with batteries, but if in doubt, use the power supply with the current limiter first. Certainly that's going to be the case here. Right, current limit's on low. Turn it off. So that's also connected, so that could be my positive connection if I can grab onto it, but I can't really. Can I clip on there? Yes, I can clip on there for my positive. And where does that go to? I can clip on there for my negative. Right, I think we're in business. So I'm connected to what is normally the ground with the positive. Let's turn that right down then. Let's turn that off so we haven't got the buzzing noise. Are we ready? working. It's very loud. Let's fire up the transmitter. Let's fire Lord Montague in it. If we're getting the direct transmitter out. So it should go quiet when we hit the station.
Just over the valley. Go through the main gates of the Abbey into the car park, and when you switch on there, Lord Montague Beaulieu will be your commentator. But switch me off now.
It's working.
Welcome to Beaulieu. The history of Beaulieu started here in 1204 when 30 monks arrived from Dijon in France to build the abbey here on land given by King John. They were here for about 250 years, and during that time they became expert in wool growing, in farming, in forestry, and even in growing wine. And it is interesting to note that the vineyard has now been replanted, and once again we are producing our own wine in this 20th century. In 1538, on the orders of Henry VIII, the abbeys were destroyed at the time of the Reformation, and sold to my ancestor, the first Earl of Southampton. He took over the whole estate and converted the great gatehouse into his private residence, and this is now Palace House where I live. Other buildings were converted into schools and other buildings for the estate. His grandson, the third Earl of Southampton, is famous because it was he who was Shakespeare's patron, and other poems dedicated to him. The Montague family came in about the middle of the 17th century, when the daughter of the fourth Earl of Southampton married Grace, first Duke of Montague. It was his son, John Duke of Montague, who founded the little shipbuilding port of Buckley, which you've already heard about.
That's really sensitive. It's very sensitive. It's only because I've got the volume up too high, Bob.
He was a very distinguished man in many ways and did a lot of local politics and also travelled and was a very good watercolour. It was his son, my father, John, Lord Montague, who dedicated the whole of his life for the encouragement of the internal combustion engine in the motor car. He was a famous pioneer in the early days of motoring, and it was his bill in the House of Commons which made everybody wear number plates. It was he who taught teenagers servants to drive. And in journalism, in politics, and in public affairs generally, the whole of his life was dedicated to seeing that the motor car was accepted by the general public. Therefore, it is in his memory that in 1952, I founded the Montague Motor Museum. This started in a very small way in the front hall of the house, but has now grown to be one of the largest motor museums in the world. In the museum, you will find about 100 cars, 100 motorcycles, cycles, engines, every sort of transport. And in the park you'll find a full-size Zenith train, the snowcat, the Antarctic.
I mean, I'm miles away with the wiring outlet. It's like right over here out the way.
The museum, of course, Palace House, our family home, is also open. This was originally the great...
So the only issue with this radio was the fact that for some reason that transistor had popped out. How bizarre is that? No pun intended, Baz. So there's only 3 or 4 stations, speech or religious ones. There's nothing on medium wave, long wave. Well, there's Radio 4 still just about hanging in, but well, I did not expect that to work. But I suppose, luckily for us, someone's already done the work to it. Not that it would have needed much, really. Literally, there's just 2, 3 electrolytics in that, and that's it. What a lovely little radio. Very nice. I must get some of these little portable radios. I've only got a couple of the UK ones, really. And they're nothing really compared to the ones that the Japanese produce for the American market. Let's put it back together and we'll try the batteries in it. Just turn the power up. What about that then? I think the best use that I've had of one of the transmitters, I've got a couple fairly powerful and more commercial orientated transmitters here. In fact, I ought to really review one. I bought one for review because I got in contact with the guy that makes them and said, look, I've got a YouTube channel. It would be probably beneficial to you if I was to review your transmitter. Can I have one for review? He said, well, no, you can't. he said you can buy one, review it, and then send it back if you want to. So I thought, well, that sounds fair enough. I'll do that. And I did that, and I never got round to reviewing it, and I never sent it back. So I have got now I believe they call it the Hurricane, because it's got Bluetooth on it as well. So you can actually Bluetooth to the transmitter and then transmit your Bluetooth, if you know what I mean. Yeah, what a lovely little radio. So yeah, I think that you can just about make out where it says long distance airlet, but again, the gold leaf or whatever they used to colour that has long gone. I mean, you could potentially get a transfer that would do that. So let's pop the back on. Very carefully, because it is a bit delicate. No, wrong one. And being careful not to tighten anything up too much. Right, let's see if I can find some batteries. That's the next thing, because batteries are in everything here. And I don't have 4 normal batteries. I've got 4 rechargeables, Let's try. Oh, it's saying it hasn't recharged. What's that? 1, 2. Oh, there they have. Let's see if I can find 4 the same. Doing. Because this will sound a lot different with the case on it. Let's see if that works first. Yes, it does. All right, let's put the back on as well. Give this a hand rather than try and bend it too much. Why won't that go in then? Is it because these batteries are too big? Or is it just, oh, okay. I was overthinking that. I mean, 1958, 59, and it's working. You know, it's amazing, isn't it? It's got a little stand on it as well, which is quite nifty. Look, you see that? Very nice. Catch up with a chat a minute. Let's switch maybe to a bit of radio, so let's turn that on. We're tuned to Lord Montague. Where's he gone?
There are 10 verderers altogether, 5 of them appointed. The official verderer, the present Lord Malmesbury.
That sounds a lot better now, doesn't it?
One to represent agriculture, one to represent forestry, one to represent the county council, and one to represent amenity, and he is always
a more powerful one, Derek. Yeah, we could do. Have we got them to hand here?
The other 5 are elected, and they have to have common rights attached to their house, of course, because the common rights always go with the property, and they're elected by the commoners, and they serve.
Elected by the commoners, you know.
In a moment or two, I'm going to ask you to switch off, and you may care to spend a little time on your own, moving quietly into the hinterland of the great trees which surround us. When you return to the car, switch on your machine for a moment or two for George Barker to direct you to our next and last.
Lord Barker now?
But switch me off now. This is George Barker again, and I want you to drive on until you reach the main road at a T-junction.
Brilliant
This will
taping
be
it.
the A31. Turn left there towards Ringwood and enjoy the wide open spaces. Particularly notice the views on your right that stretch out northward towards Cranbourne Chase.
Thank you,
You'll
Derek.
be looking right across the upper reaches of the River Avon towards the chalk again. In 3.5 miles, you'll reach a little hamlet on the road. This is Picket Wood, and here you take a minor road to the left. It's signposted to Burley. Drive for about a half a mile and you'll see a fire tower on your left. Just beyond on your right, there is an open space.
So just turn the volume up on the radio now.
Please switch me off now, and when you are parked at the spot I described, Gordon Glover will be with you again. Here where you're parked is probably as good a place as any to take our farewell of the New Forest. We're not in quite the highest spot of the New Forest at our 300 feet or so, but from this open eminence, looking over the rooftops of the great temples of trees to the south of us, we can feel ourselves very much in and surrounded by the forest. And there's a very great deal of it which we've not been able to see today. You could indeed spend a whole day quietly and safely losing yourself in the enchanting infinity of its many byways. If ever there were a place just to stand and stare...
So I am using this to retransmit.
And we can do that over a very wide horizon from where we are at this moment. We can see, if the day is clear and with the southern part of the sun in front of us, the half-left horizon hills of...
Turn that. So basically what we're doing is we're, if you see the frequency on this, 750 kilohertz. We've got a PP3 battery. We've got this white wire which is connected to the headphone socket of my hi-fi system here in the workshop. So we're transmitting, we're pulling it out of the headphone socket and then we're retransmitting it. This is the aerial wire which I've flung over near the set, and we're transmitting at 750 kilohertz, a very low power signal. This is not going to interfere with anything, and it's able to be picked up, so we're retransmitting whatever comes out of that radio. So it could be a radio station, it could be a podcast, it could be connected to YouTube, it could be anything. But it does mean that these old radios, that there are no longer any AM stations going. Well, there are, but they're very weak. You know, you need some pretty good antennas and radios to pull them in these days. You know, it's well worth getting at least little transmitters to keep your radio going. Set up your community stations. We just get shut down then though, Joe. Unfortunately, they don't allow stuff like that over here. They're not very lenient. So Derek Huss sent me his latest rendition of a latest rendition? What's a rendition? I'm just retransmitting FM radio now. That's BBC 2, Radio 2.
For Scotland and Northern Ireland, it's fairly quiet at the moment. There'll be a few showers in the far north of Scotland, but as the night goes on, we'll see the wind picking up and cloud and rain coming in from the Atlantic. That at least will lift that stubborn fog.
They're not Sharpie really, although I think there's a certain amount of tolerance for these little tiny, what they call pantry transmitters. So this is Radio 4 alert, being rebroadcast into this radio, and that is absolutely silent.
Will be lifting to 11 or 12 degrees. It is going to be milder air that's heading our way, with some stronger winds, particularly windy through the Irish Sea and the northwest of Scotland. And those stronger south to southwesterly winds are going to push rain to much of the country.
Sounds like a good lifestyle, Joe, to me.
And particularly towards the southwest of the UK. Darren, thank you for that. That's PM for Tuesday. Studio director today was Louis Griffin. Our editor was Louisa Service. Have a good evening.
Big Ben. Cheers, Tom and Susie. Ooh-ar.
BBC News
at 6 o'clock. This is Tom Sanders. Good evening. Jailed for 21 years and 6 months, the man who accelerated his car repeatedly at Liverpool fans gathered to celebrate their Premier League victory.
It is difficult, if not impossible, to convey in words alone the scene of devastation you caused.
The news, aka Radio 4, like, how about that?
Over limbs, crushed prams, and forced those nearby to scatter in terror.
Paul Doyle injured more than 100 people. The government starts the process to decide the future of the BBC, and President Trump launches a
So
multi-billion-dollar
Derek
lawsuit
is
over
still
panoramic
providing these little modulators.
I might say this case would settle probably around $10 million. The cost of litigation for the BBC in the United States with attorneys would be...
The problem is, Joe, is they would reallocate the frequencies to different services. So you'll find that there's other people on those frequencies, other users, and then you'll end up wiping those services out, and they'll come looking for you, basically. That's my understanding of it, anyway.
Because of faults with some speed cameras. Also this evening,
When did you last see a waterfall?
not for some 20 years in Oxfordshire,
A waterfall.
despite a bit of a setback.
Volunteers spotted what they thought was a waterfall. Unfortunately, the waterfall's been eaten by a heron. We
You
were
need a parrot.
devastated but really excited at the same time.
Well,
we then had another
what
bout
sort?
of a waterfall swimming.
The man who drove his car into crowds celebrating Liverpool's Premier League title win in May.
That
has
beer
been
was
jailed for
very
more than 21
nice.
years.
Very,
Doyle,
very
father of
nice.
3, had admitted dozens of charges, including causing grievous bodily harm. Judge Andrew Menery KC said Doyle had lost his temper and, in a rage, his disregard for human life defied ordinary understanding. Over the past 2 days, Liverpool Crown Court has heard impact statements from dozens of the victims, which we'll hear more
You're
about.
hearing our UK news here, and that.
Northern England's correspondent Fiona Trott.
Get an inflatable one.
This is the dash cam footage from
Frozen
Paul Doyle's
parrot,
car.
parrot on a stick.
He's shouting at families. and
Can you
children.
remember the
BBC
dead parrot
during his
sketch from Monty Python?
Listen to the
Come on, you
hands
must
banging on the
remember
car.
that.
In 7 minutes, the 2-ton vehicle ploughed into more than 100
Dab is done in the UK.
The oldest was 77 years old. The youngest was in his pushchair, just 6 months old. 4 people became trapped underneath the Ford
I
Galaxy.
love that
It's
label.
remarkable
Look at that
nobody
label.
died.
That's a
The car was
beauty,
brought
isn't
to a
it?
stop by a member of the public.
So this is
The police
Sainsbury's in
then
the
took over
UK.
and pulled the businessman and former Royal Marine from the vehicle. Their body cameras recording his every word.
Just stay exactly there. I got you. Right? Yeah. That's just ruined and affected film.
Right, let me see if I can go and get Derek's newest version of the transmitter.
Standing meters away from his victims, he stopped.
What you ought to do, Derek, is start selling them in kit form as well, so people can build their own. Build your own transmitter kit. Let me just pop that light on. So I usually put things like that en route. Let's just check a minute. There's Mrs. Cruncher. Little Mrs. Cruncher. Here we go. It's Derek's latest AM modulator. Let's have a look. And Derek's given this one to us to give away.
I should come to you because you wanted that woman to wear your mother's wedding ring. Well, I met that woman. I want to ask you for you promise me. I'm going to get married tomorrow.
Oh dear, Mrs. Cruncher's a nutter. Right, okay. Yeah, Derek's sent me this out. This is the latest prototype. I think he's going to start selling this one soon.
Who got in his way, even children. Ahead of sentencing, the court heard numerous victims describe, often in harrowing detail, the physical and psychological.
Oh, Rampton, how are you, mate?
The mother of an 11-year-old boy.
Quick penguin cam for Rampton.
It left emotional scars on the entire family.
Quick penguin cam for Rampton and Evan.
A
Across 2 days, the court has determined more than 70 of those affected by Paul Doyle's rampage. There was a consistent pattern of trauma,
Right.
nightmares, flashbacks, panic attacks, hypervigilance, diminished confidence.
So this is Derek's latest version. Let's have a look. You need a way to send them out as eBay rules are stupid. Well, anybody can email me, and I can send your details over to Derek if you want one of these. If you don't know my email, let me just chuck it in the chat a minute. If you don't know my email, it is Graham at Radiocruncher.com. There you are. So if you want one of these, then drop me an email and I'll pass your email on to Derek directly. Then Derek won't get stung for lots of eBay things. Okay, so this is different. This is Derek's latest prototype. Now, Derek can do these for long wave as well, I believe. Derek, can't you? So it looks like we've got a few different frequencies. Let's just get this on the overhead camera. We'll have a quick look. We'll keep listening to this one. Let's get this on the overhead camera, and then we'll try it out then.
When I got in, I thought we're in. Everybody else was coming. I was just lucky enough to, or lucky enough. Oh yeah, standard. Do it again.
Police say they hope the sentencing will help people move on with their lives.
Let's go in a bit closer.
While some physical injuries may have healed, the psychological effects are still being felt.
The BBC says it
So is this a lower cost version as well, I believe, Derek, isn't it?
by Donald Trump. The president's lawyers argued the way Panorama edited a speech he made on the day that
Let's just get rid of that glare a minute. There we go.
the court documents have been filed in Florida. The BBC has already apologised, but says there's no basis for
So it's using SMD components now rather than through holes. There's still some through hole components there, but not a lot. We're using SMD capacitors and resistors. We've got a couple inductors in there still.
From January the 6th, 2021 was edited in a Panorama documentary. Now he has followed through on that threat.
Again, shipping abroad is really, your duty is going to depend on the value of the product.
In the episode that went out last year,
And you know, it could be a gift, couldn't it?
conservative US media outlet Newsmax and an ally of
So let's have a look at this then. Let's go in a little bit closer. We can go a little bit closer, can't we, Graham?
Try to figure out a quick and easy settlement. That's going to get $5 billion.
Hey, offer a few frequencies there, Derek, don't you? I take it that's controlled by the crystal up here.
The cost of litigation
And this must be some sort of like divider.
in the United States with attorneys would be probably
There we go.
about $50 to
Inductors,
$100.
transistor, still a through hole transistor. 2N7000.
the lawsuit suggests some US
Diode up there,
to it through the BritBox
1N5817. This is our headphone jack where you plug your source into.
It also claims the BBC
Derek did let me have a headphone socket thing as well, but I haven't got it up here. I'll have to go and get that.
the BBC's legal team
So I believe Derek will give you a headphone
US channels.
lead as well
Was on the BBC
to connect up to.
It was restricted to viewers in the UK. The BBC also says the documentary did not cause Donald Trump harm as he was re-elected after. This evening, Blue Ant, the third-party
Remove battery clip and aerial connector.
said that while it did acquire the rights to distribute the documentary internationally, none of its buyers had aired it in
Yeah.
the US. It also
Yeah, so
said
it's hardwired now. So yeah, it is slightly cheaper cost-wise, which is good.
Mark Stevens, an international media lawyer, says Mr. Trump faces a high legal bar.
I mean, to be fair, Derek, they weren't expensive anyway. I don't think the cost would put people off buying them. You get 3.5 to 3.5 lead.
unless it was done with what we
So
call
this is 750 kilohertz, which is the one that I'm using at the moment. It's also 750 kilohertz.
Dame Caroline Dinah is a Conservative.
Let's just turn that off then, and we'll get the other one over for comparison. Let's just unplug that from, take the battery off, just unplug that. So the one I've just been using is this one. It's one that Derek sent me a while ago. Now I've got one of these going out to Chris actually. It should have gone out last Christmas, but I totally forgot to post it, which is a bit naughty of me really. So similar sort of layout, but obviously Derek's gone now for SMD components rather than through holes mainly. And as I say, I have also got one that works on long wave, so also available on long wave. So like I say, if you want one of these, if you drop me an email, I'll pin that to the top of the chat. If you drop me an email, I'll forward your email on to Derek, and you can deal with Derek direct, sort out costings, etc. But I don't believe they're very expensive, though it's certainly well worth the money. I've got two of these. I've got the long wave one and the medium wave one, which is this one. The long wave is, I think, is 100. Is it 100? No, 200 kilo. No, it's not 200 kilohertz. I can't remember what it is now. Where is it? Power supplies, AM transmitters. It is 150 kilohertz. 150 kilohertz. So that is still, well, it's not working now because I've got it unplugged, but I mentioned the Hurricane. This is the Hurricane AM modulator. It's got Bluetooth on it, so you can use your phone with Bluetooth and transmit to your radio with this. It does work. It needs a decent ground really to make it even better. It's pretty much the same as the Spitfire, and those of you that are into AM radio and retransmitting it to other devices will know the Spitfire, which is this one. I also have a Spitfire, so we've got a Spitfire and a Hurricane. So basically the Hurricane is pretty much the same as the Spitfire, apart from it's got the Bluetooth board added on, I think. I don't think there's a massive amount of difference between that. The best one of all is the one that Les very kindly let me have, which is, I believe it is available. You might be able to get yourself a kit, but that's this one here. Now, this is probably, I don't know, they all work. As I say, when we had the VE Day anniversary over here, I was using the Spitfire transmitter and retransmitting radio broadcasts and tunes, you know, sounds, speech from World War II out onto the street into one of my Bakelite radios, which went down a storm here. I mean, it was really, really good. So I don't think there is an eBay link at the moment, Joe. So if you want one, you're going to need to go probably through me at the moment would be the best bet, because Derek's only just started looking at that circuit, and I don't think it's available on eBay, is it yet, Derek, or not? So Derek's saying a long wave version is available. Evan's in school. No worries, Frampton. 1100 meters. Old design is on eBay. Oh, so the old design is still on eBay, but not the latest one. So yeah, the Bluetooth is interesting. Do you think that's something you could add, Derek? I mean, I don't know what you'd need to add Bluetooth. Would you need to do it via an Arduino or something like that? I don't know. New version PCBs are on the way from China, so the new ones will be shipping soon, Derek, yeah? So say, if you're interested in one, just drop me an email. The email is pinned at the top of the screen there, and I will forward your email on to Derek. And Derek won't get stung for eBay listing costs and commission and all that. Derek will obviously pay me 50% commission on all sales. No, Derek's been very good to the channel, people. He's given me a lot of these little transmitters to give away. But yeah, that just gives you an idea of what's commercially available, and these are expensive. For example, that one there is over £100. Yeah, over £100 for that one. These were about 70. I don't know if they're still available, and these I think are unobtainium now. But there you are. It's if you want to be able to still use your radios, you need something like these. Just put those back in there. Oh, and I do have one other version that you may or may not have seen on this channel, and that is the Volve version. Evolver. Volves are a bit bendy. There is a Volve version. Now this was available as a kit, which is what I bought the kit for this. Again, it's a little low powered transmitter, and it works very well. One of these is the aerial, one is the ground, and one is the power supply, I think. Oh no, that's antenna. That's left and right channels. So you've got a twin channel, you've got a little trimmer, so you can tune it to suit. Ah, right, yeah, this is the one. You need an HT and an LT power supply for this. So you need a fair bit of kit to run one of these. It's not for everybody, that, but they were good when they were available. I don't think they're available anymore. And I think the website for that was 6v6. In fact, that's the same people that make the Spitfire and the Hurricane. We've got time to have a quick look at that, being that the radio actually worked today. Someone's actually already restored it. So 6v6. Here we go. So 6v6. Nice chap, actually. See, there you are, the Spitfire alert. Well, that says US. So I think that's, yeah, 10 kilohertz channels and US power lead. It's got a tornado now. Whoa. That is a 5 to 15 10 watt AM medium wave transmitter. Bluetooth audio streaming, £254. So, nice. So this is the Hurricane alert. So, £109.95 at the moment. Mosquito is like the Spitfire, I believe, but it's got higher power, 1 watt, £89.95. Let's just stick that in the chat if you want to have a look at this, because he's a nice chap, actually. I spoke to him, had quite a long conversation with him. Spoke to him on several occasions, actually. Let's just pop that into the chat a minute for you. We got all sorts of snow and stuff coming down. Nice. Mosquito, so Spitfire $79.95, look, and they do it for EU or US, look. So this is the Hurricane I just showed you. 9 kilohertz channels for the UK and EU. Digital frequency synthesizer controlled by a high-performance RISC-based microcontroller with optional Bluetooth audio and Bluetooth remote control. I don't think I got the remote control with that one, but I even got a antenna for the Tornado. Look. 5 to 15 watt solid state AM broadcast AM broadcast transmitter. So, you know, you're talking about setting up your own little local radio station. You know, it's here. It's there if you want it. It's there if you want it. There's a little video on it as well by the looks of it. What was that saying? Looks a decent bit of kit, doesn't it, that? What's that, the relays? Some nice filter on it. That does look a nice bit of kit, that. Yeah, interesting. It's connected to your computer, or that would be your source, I suppose. Yeah, Tony's the chap that I spoke to, I think. Ray Heifer has been testing it. Radio Workshop, he's got a YouTube channel. There you go. Interesting. SWR monitoring as well. That's quite a complex bit of kit, actually. Long wave antenna, counterpoise. Yeah. Interesting. 239 quid without Bluetooth. With Bluetooth, 254.95. Seems a lot of money, but you think what you pay for a amateur radio kit these days, and that seems pretty comprehensive. So that looks like it's one of those little Arduinos or something like that. Probably Bluetooth board up there. This is going to be filtering for different bands, maybe? I don't know. Yeah. Interesting. You know, we like to see these things. This is what we like messing about with. Bootleg concert ties. Very naughty. It's not. I would say it's slightly naughty, Gavin. Maybe slightly naughty. But you know, I suppose if you're a radio amateur, you know, experimentation and all the rest of it, isn't it? But yeah, rebroadcasting music is what's going to get you in trouble. Yeah. $5 miles ground wave. Yeah, you would get, if you had a half decent antenna, you could get some coverage with that. So would forget the fence and grab a couple. The fence. I bought the fence. No, I haven't. I bought the wood. Grab a couple. There you are, people. It'd be nice to have one to have a play with, wouldn't it? Be interesting to see what Ray of the Radio Workshop has got to say about it. I don't know if he's if he's reviewed it on his channel or not. I don't know. Anyway, it's time for the advent calendar. It's time for the advent calendar. I think we might do a bit of a Christmas movie tonight, me and Mrs. Cruncher, and have a couple drinks. You never know. Things happen, don't they? Got to be done. But that beer, that is highly recommended, with one of the funkiest labels. I do like that label, like the old dog drinking beer with his bowler hat on. Like, typical English, isn't it? A British bulldog with his beer and his bowler hat. What? God. If only I could do accents, it'd be amazing, wouldn't it? Right, 16th. Let's get into it. I'm sure Chris will be pleased that his radio is now working, though, because it obviously wasn't working because of the fact he didn't have the RF transistor in the thing. 16. Come on down. Let's go. Main camera. Where are you? Yeah, number 16. Well, I can... Whoa, so big. I can see 16. Beer, Martin. The moment you drop in the show is, it's not over yet. How about a screwdriver? Solar powered and hidden in a salt marsh. Oh dear. Next to Father Christmas's knee. Oh, Aston's got it straight away. It is so big. And we got some snow coming down. I don't know where that arrived from. Santa's balls. Santa's balls? It is actually. You're making me nervous touching this now. That's just not right. Ooh. It's a double. Now. This explains why none of the screwdrivers would fit anymore in that other, in the other bit, because that is maxed out already, look. So we now have a second stand to start putting stuff in. Where am I going to rest this? Just stick that over there for a minute. This explains everything now. And we've got totally different holes now. I dropped that little plastic thing down here, didn't I? Where's that gone to? Where's that little thingamajiggery gone? Where are you? Where are you? Got to be here somewhere. I can't see it. Yeah, that little screw holder's got to go in one of these. It dropped down behind the computer the other day, and I've not retrieved it yet. Be careful because I'm messing about in behind the leads. You know what happens when I mess around near the leads? Everything collapses and goes offline. Yeah, not sure. It's down there somewhere. Probably gone in underneath the flimming unit, I expect. So we can start thinning things out. So that potentially could go in there, couldn't it? It could be that our screwdrivers go in this one, maybe. Yeah, perhaps that is the case. Nice little set, isn't it? Coming along very nicely. I'll have to look at the picture of the screwdriver sets again. I think that's probably in the right place, maybe. And these little ones seem to fit in there quite nice. That one has got to go in with there, over there, I think, with those. Yeah, what do you think? That's a nice little set coming on, isn't it? Snowman, there's no snowman, Rampton. So let's just recap then the commands, because those that have joined recently won't have heard of these commands that you can type in. So if you want these things to happen during the stream, so me get showered in snow, candy falling from the air, gingerbread men falling all over me, or Christmas presents showering me with presents, you need to type these commands in the chat in exactly that order. Just exclamation mark, no space, then the word in lowercase, and it'll happen on screen. So you've got 4 different commands to play with. Look. So yeah, just a bit of fun. And I've got the snow cannon thing. I'm still working on that. I've started having a play with it. So you will at some stage have a snow cannon as well to pelt me with. You will have a snow cannon soon as well to beat me up with. Hey, there you go, Rampton. Yeah. Good fun, isn't it? Good fun. That's it then today, people. We've enjoyed that. It was good that radio worked. Whether Chris knew anything about that, I don't know. We may find out tomorrow when Chris comes back in the chat. But really strange that transistor was not plugged in and it was turned upside down. It's almost like it'd been removed on purpose. Who knows? Who knows? But it works, and it works very well. Thanks for today. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for the super chat. I think Rob super chatted me today. I think we had a fence fund yesterday. So, okay, thanks for the fence fund. And the last subscriber was Dornier GP. So if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the chat soon. Cheers, people. Catch you tomorrow, and we're doing the Xbox tomorrow. And I think I put the time, I think we were a little bit earlier because I don't know how long it'll take. I don't think it's going to take a massive amount of time to do it. Looking at videos online, it should be fairly straightforward. I've got it down between 5 and 7 tomorrow. That's probably about right. I've got doctors tomorrow afternoon, so yeah, probably will be around the 4:30, 5 o'clock mark. Yeah, then we're gonna go. We got another pay. Yeah, we got still got plenty to go. Yeah, still got plenty to go. Cheers, everybody. G3 BAM. Yeah, welcome in, G3 BAM. Cheers, everybody. Catch you soon, and have a good one. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that button, and don't forget to give me the thumbs up. We like the thumbs up. We're not going to recommend it if we don't have a thumbs up, so go for it. Catch you soon. Bye for now.